The cage was iron, the room was concrete, and the bidders, when they came, were not human.
Lot 14. You're awake. Excellent. The Northwest Super Widual auction begins in 18 minutes.
Auction? Of what?
Of you.
Don't fight when they come. They take more pleasure if you fight.
$80,000. Going once. $200,000. Sold to Alpha Cade Wolkspawn.
Miss Val. I am sorry. Miss Vale, I am sorry.
Why did you buy me?
I'll explain at breakfast. Right now it's 27 degrees and you're in silk. Come inside before you freeze. Miss Vale, I have no intention of hurting you. Tonight, or any night.
The lock works from the inside. There is no lock on the outside. You can lock yourself away from me, if you wish.
These fit me perfectly. When did you buy them?
3 days ago, in your exact size.
You knew I'd be taken 3 days ago?
Miss Vale, I'm the one who arranged for you to be taken.
He had bought me, kidnapped me, and now he poured my coffee like a man with nothing left to lose. I would soon learn he was exactly that.
I'll be direct, Iing. So is my entire pack. 440 werewolves across the Pacific Northwest. We have been dying slowly.
You don't die for 179 years.
Cursed blood, do my great teen lines for one delifocal. I'm the last living Wolfstein. When I die, they all die.
Why are you telling a kidnapped art dealer your family cursed?
Because of what's around your neck. That pendant is a Stormbrinker heirloom. You don't know why your grandmother left it to you. I do. The witch who cursed my bloodline had one descendant escape the slaughter that followed. 14 generations later, only one of that line is still alive. It's you, Miss Vale. You are the last Stormbringer, and you are the only person on Earth who can lift this curse or let 440 of us die.
So I'm the key to your life, to 440 lives. And you bought me like livestock.
Your blood freely given can lift the curse. Your blood taken by force cannot. The spell requires the free consent of the last Stormbrer. That is the one thing I cannot steal, cannot buy, cannot force, so I am asking for your consent.
Let me understand. You had me kidnapped off West Broadway. You bought me at a cage auction for $200,000, and now you're asking for my free will?
Yes.
Has it occurred to you that the kidnapping might have compromised the free part?
Every day for 4 years. I had no other way. If I had approached you openly, the 3 rival packs would have killed you within a week, to keep my line dying so they could take my territory. The auction was the only way to bring you under my protection without telling them what you are. Your grandmother never told you, did she? You're not just a Stormbringer descendant, Miss Vale. You're a witch, and your power just woke up.
He had been building this library for me since 2007, before I knew I had a family, before I knew I had a curse to answer for. He had been waiting 19 years for the day I'd walk into it. "36 of the first 40 worked. I'm a witch. I've been a witch my whole life and nobody told me."
Your grandmother hid it to keep you alive. A Stormbringer with awakened power is a target every pack would hunt.
Then I'm done being a target. If I'm the one with the power here, Alpha, we do this on my terms, or we don't do it at all.
Miss Vale, I'm Cade's beta, 19 years his second. I just wanted to meet the witch who holds my Alpha's life in her hands. Do ask him what he did to the last 3 people who held power over him. It's quite a story. I'll be direct, Miss Vale. Cade presents himself as a changed man. He isn't. In 19 years, he's killed 14 of his own rivals. His redemption is an operation engineered to secure the bloodline. The moment your blood lifts the curse, he goes back to being exactly what he's always been. And you, once you've given the blood, you're surplus. Or worse, the witch he keeps caged to breed the next heir, a pet with a pulse.
You said breed the next heir. The curse lift only needs my consent, my blood. Nobody mentioned an heir, except you, just now. Why would the beta already be thinking about who controls the bloodline after Cade?
I only want you to have the full picture.
You want me to refuse? If I refuse, the line dies in 3 years and the pack passes to, let me guess, the beta. Thank you for the picture, Mr. Crane. It's very revealing. Is it true? 14 rivals?
Yes, I've done things to keep 400 people alive that I'll answer for in whatever comes after. I won't pretend to be gentle, Astrid. I'll only promise you this. I have never once lied to you. Ask Damien if he can say the same.
Tell Victor, it's time.
2 great-great-grandparents. One killed a child, one cursed a bloodline. 179 years later, it came down to whether I'd keep grief alive or finally let it die. Formally releasing you for abeniation to the feud. The choice, yours is yours alone. Grandmother, you left me the hardest choice in the world and called it freedom. If I lift it, I betray every stormbreaker who died in that snow. If I don't, 440 people die for a crime none of them committed. They didn't come for the Alpha. They came for me. Kill the last Stormbrizzer before she lifts the curse, and the Wolf's in line dies on schedule. He didn't transform with grace. He transformed like something that had one purpose left in the world: to put himself between me and the thing that wanted me dead.
Leave me. Run. The pendant will hide you for a few hours. Go!
Shut up! I'm a witch, remember? You don't get to die before I've decided whether I'm letting you live! Joe, you're DN.
You could have run. The curse would have killed me in days and you'd be free of all of it.
I know. I'm as surprised as you are. I told myself it was strategy. A dying Alpha was no use to me, but I had used Silvercraft I'd only read once, in the dark, with shaking hands, because the thought of him not breathing did something to me I wasn't ready to name. Look at this. Crescent inside a fist.
That's not a Southern Pack mark. That's an internal mark. Astrid, that blade was forged by someone inside my own pack. Someone who knew exactly which window was yours.
Someone in your pack sent a silver blade through my window on a full moon. That's not a rival pack. That's an inside job.
Where are you going?
To find out which of your wolves I can trust, starting with the one who told me to ask about your rivals. That blade was forged by someone inside my own pack.
You could have run. The curse would have killed me in days and you'd be free of all of it.
I know. I'm as surprised as you are. I told myself it was strategy. A dying Alpha was no use to me, but I had used Silvercraft I'd only read once, in the dark, with shaking hands, because the thought of him not breathing did something to me I wasn't ready to name. Look at this. Crescent inside a fist.
That's not a southern pack mark. That's an internal mark. Astrid, that blade was forged by someone inside my own pack. Someone who knew exactly which window was yours.
Someone in your pack sent a silver blade through my window on a full moon. That's not a rival pack. That's an inside job.
Where are you going?
To find out which of your wolves I can trust. Starting with the one who told me to ask about your rivals. That blade was forged by someone inside my own pack. I'll lift the curse. I'll give my consent. I'll give my blood. On 3 conditions. And you accept all 3 before I bleed a single drop. 1. You remove Damius Crane as Veda. Today. Before the ritual.
Not after.
2. You hand the Bureau of Supernatural Affairs the full record of that auction. Within 24 hours. The other 20 people in those cages get found and freed. I am not buying 400 lives with 20. 3. After the curse is lifted, you release me, I go back to Manhattan, back to my life. You don't pursue me, you don't contact me, you lead your pack from a distance. I choose this freely, which means I also get to choose to walk away.
To all 3. May I ask why?
Because my grandmother released me from the feud and asked me to choose for myself. So I'm choosing. The 4,000 deaths in your pack are the disproportionate price of one old crime. My ancestor's curse was an instrument of grief, not justice. I'm laying the grief down.
You'll really walk away? After all of it?
That's the whole point, Alpha. If I can't walk away, then it was never my choice. And if it was never my choice, the curse won't lift anyway, so you'd better hope I mean it. Now go remove your beta before he removes you. 179 years of dying came down to one cut, one drop, and one word. Yes. Lillian Stormbruster, curse this blood in grief. I am the last of her line, and I give this blood freely to end the grief, not to feed it. The feud dies here. Witness it.
You did it.
We did it.
Where is Damien? Gone, Alpha. He left the moment you stripped his title, with the mansion's defense maps, the pack rosters, and the location of every safe house. He didn't run. He defected, and he took the keys to everything.
440 of his own were alive. He could have stopped there. I made sure he didn't.
It's done. All 20 locate, all 20 freed. The auction network is exposed. You held me to it.
I held you to who you said you wanted to be. There's a difference between a kills to survive and one who frees 20 strangers when no one's making him. Today you were the second one.
The curse is lifted. The witch made him strong again. But I know every wall, every guard, every safe house. And I know the one thing that still kills him.
Which is?
Her.
Then we don't kill the Alpha. We take the witch. A pack that lost its curse can lose its sorceress just as easily. She's about to make it simple. Wolfson's releasing her. In 3 days she'll be alone in Manhattan. No pack, no wolf, no wall between us and her.
He kept his word, every word, including the one I dared him to keep, the one that let me leave.
The car will take you to the airport. Your apartment's been kept exactly as you left it. Your career's intact. I made sure. I won't contact you. You're free, Astrid. You were always free. I just had to prove it.
Goodbye, Alpha Wolf. Goodbye, Ms. Vale.
For what it's worth, you were never an asset to me, not even at the auction. I'm sorry it took a curse to make me say it.
Never an asset. Hello, little Stormbringer. The Beta sends his regards.
19 weeks alone in Manhattan, I'd done one thing every night, tested the Grimalot. 30 of 40 formulas. I wasn't the woman they'd caged. I was the thing the Grimalot had been waiting 600 years for. You said you wouldn't pursue me.
I said I wouldn't contact you. I never said I'd stop watching the dark for the things that hunt you. There's a difference, Miss Vale. I've gotten good at differences.
Who sent you? Tell me or I freeze your lungs from the inside.
Krieger, and your Alpha's own beta. 3 packs, witch. 3 packs are coming for Wolfson, and Crane gave us the maps to all of it. You lifted a curse just in time to watch the whole pack burn.
3 packs. 1 witch, 1 wolf. I'd say the odds are just about even.
You've been busy.
You've been spying. We're even. Fated mates, the Grimminock called it. A pull older than choice. I had spent 19 weeks pretending the empty side of my bed was a coincidence.
You don't have to come back. The release still stands. I can hide you somewhere even Coroner can't reach. This isn't your war, Astrid. You lifted the curse, you're done.
Children, Cade, elders, the ones whose choice I get to make. Again, freely.
And the other reason?
The other reason is mine to keep until I decide what to do with it. Don't push your luck, Alpha.
It's worse than 3 packs. Damien didn't just defect to Krieger. He spent 19 years building this. The rosters, the safe houses, the trade routes, been preparing to take that since before you were ever a name in my research. Astrid, my beta, has been the real enemy the whole time. Krieger's just the army he borrowed.
19 years. He was playing the long game. Good thing I'm a witch who reads very, very carefully. The bond goes both ways, doesn't it? If I'm in trouble, you feel it. If you're in trouble, I feel it too.
Yes.
Good. Then use it. When I walk into Damien's trap, don't come too early. I need him to think he's wins. 440. I'd said the number 100 times. Then I met them, one face at a time, and the number stopped being arithmetic and started being people.
You gave my granddaughter back her breath, sorceress. The Wolfsons took your family's lives in 1847. You gave us ours. Whatever you choose now, this pack will never raise a claw against a Stormbringer again.
Not yet. But I'm learning.
You made my cough stop. Mommy said you're a witch. Do you fly?
Krieger's 3 packets converge on the manor in 36 hours, and Crane sent a message for the witch.
Read it.
Come to me alone, little Stormbreaker, and I'll call off the war. Refuse, and I burn 440 people you just learned the names of.
He wants me to come alone, so let's give him exactly what he asked for. Let him think he's caught the witch. And let me show your beta what 19 years of planning looks like against 600 years of Grinamar. He had bought me, kidnapped me, and released me. Now, on the night before a war, he did the one thing he'd never done. He asked.
I need to ask you something. I'm not going to put you between me and Krieger to protect the pack. If you fight tomorrow, it's because you chose it. And if we live, I'm not going to keep you because the bond pulls or because the pack needs a sorceress. I'd want you to stay because you want to. The way the curse needed, freely. Or not at all.
You learned the lesson well, Alpha.
I've been alive again for 3 weeks. I'd like to spend them being honest. I want you, Astrid Vale, not your blood, not your power. You.
That's not an answer. That's a down payment. You'll get the rest. If we're both alive this time tomorrow. Now, Damien wants me to come alone. So let's give him exactly what he asked for. And let me show your beta what 19 years of planning looks like against 600 years of Grinor.
Tell me the plan.
First, you trust me. Second, you don't come early. Third, you don't die before I get back. He thinks isolating me is his advantage. It's mine. He wants the witch alone in a room he controls. Good. A witch is never more dangerous than in a room small enough to fill with magic.
Krieger's 3 packs still march on the manor. If you're with Damien, who holds the line here?
Your pack. With these. I've spent 19 weeks turning grief into something useful. Tomorrow your wolves fight with Stormbracer craft in their hands. The feud that nearly killed us both becomes the thing that saves us.
These were your grandmother's, weren't they?
Yes, she left them to me with the pendant. I didn't know what they were until I read the Grimalore.
If this goes wrong, the bond means I'll feel it the moment you're hurt. I'll come war or no war.
I know, that's the one variable Damien didn't plan for. He spent 19 years studying an alpha who had nothing to lose. She steps back. He never planned for one who finally does.
2:42 in the morning, Krieger came for the manor. I walked into Damien's trap on the other side of the mountain. 2 fronts, 1 witch. He thought that was his win.
Got you, little.
Impossible. That silver was forged to bind a witch.
Forged by your smith, inside your pack, using your maps. You taught me which window was mine, Damien, so I learnt which hand forged the blade. Silver remembers its maker, and it answers to the stronger will in the room.
Kill me and you'll never know the rest. There's a reason I spent 19 years on this pack, witch. Voltson isn't the last secret his bloodline is keeping. Neither are you.
We're not done, but he's bleeding, and I'll be back for the rest of your secrets. If you're still alive to tell them.
I had a choice. Finish the beta who'd spent 19 years hunting this pack, or run to the alpha bleeding out across the mountain. The Bond chose before I did. So did I.
Krieger, the children, go.
I'm done watching you tell me to leave you and die. We do this together or not at all.
For the girl who gave me a flower, for every child who coughed, for the wolf who finally learned to ask. Frost and grief and freedom, now!
You can't hold 3 packs alone, witch. The eastern and coastal alphas march at dawn. You've won 1 front. You'll lose the war by sunrise.
Then we don't wait for dawn. We don't defend. For the first time in 179 years, a Wolfson strikes first.
You can stand?
With a witch at my side, I can fly.
Wolfson pack. With me. With her.
For the first time in 179 years, a Wolfson strikes first.
19 years, Damien. I trusted you with the pack's life. Why?
Because you were always going to die, Kay. The curse made you a corpse on a delay. I was the one who kept this pack running while you played the noble dying king. The pack was mine and everything but title. And then she undid the one certainty I built my whole life around. You were supposed to die. I was supposed to inherit.
So you sold 440 people to Krieger to take a throne that would have been ashes within a year. You didn't want to lead the pack, Damien. You wanted to own it. There's a word for someone who keeps living things only to possess them.
Truth spell, Damien. Every Stormbreaker learns it by page 30. You can't lie. You can't evade. You can only speak.
The Wolfson line wasn't cursed for killing a witch's child. That's the story Cade believes. The real reason is buried in 1847, and it's why 3 packs would rather die than let a Stormbreezer and a Wolfson stand together. Ask him what his great-great-grandfather was really guarding that night.
Cade, did you know any of that?
No. My father told me the child story. Every Wolfson knows the child story. I've never heard this.
Vermont, witch. Ask Vermont what really happened. You think you ended a feud. You just inherited a secret older than both your bloodlines.
For 179 years, the Wolfsons had been dying men, and dying men defend. We were done dying, so we did the thing no one expected from a cursed pack. We attacked.
3 fronts. Olympia, Spokane, Portland. 300 of mine split 3 ways. It's suicide. Unless each front has Stormbringer craft.
It will. I've keyed the 14 heirlooms to 14 of your lieutenants, and I'll ride the bond. Wherever you are, I can channel through it. 3 fronts, 1 witch at once.
No witch in 1,000 years has channeled across 3 battles at once. It could kill you.
Then it's a good thing I'm the kind of witch nobody's seen in 1,000 years. Stop telling me the odds, Alpha. Start telling me where you'll be so the bond knows where to send me.
Olympia. I'll be at Olympia. Southern front, that's where Krieger will push hardest.
Then that's where the bond will be strongest. I'll channel to you first, then split to the other 2.
If we win this, the feud that's killed both your families for 2 centuries ends tonight. 2 bloodlines that tried to wipe each other out, standing as one.
My grandmother spent 32 years hoping for exactly that. Let's go make a dead woman right. Bond to blood, blood to blade, blade to battle. 1 witch, 3 fronts. Let them remember the night a Stormbringer chose to fight for wolves.
3 battles, 1 night. I closed my eyes in a war room and opened eyes again and again on 3 different fronts, wherever Cade's blood called me.
She's here! She's here!
The witch can't hold 3 fronts forever.
She doesn't have to. She just has to hold them long enough for me to end you!
Let me go, or the cub dies! You're too soft to risk a child, witch. That's your weakness. You actually care.
Caring isn't my weakness, Damien. It's the only reason I'm stronger than you. You spent 19 years wanting to own a pack. I spent one bleeding to save one. Guess which one the magic answers to. Go find your mom.
You wanted the pack, so here's your sentence. You'll live in a cell the Bureau keeps for traitors of our kind, long enough to watch the pack you tried to own thrive without you. That's the cruelest thing I can give a man who only ever wanted to possess things.
Vermont, witch. Ask Vermont what really happened in 1847. You think you ended a feud? You just inherited a secret older than both your bloodlines!
Vermont.
I know. I heard him, both times.
The war is won. But something just began. My grandmother spent 32 years watching this pack. She never once mentioned Vermont.
My father told me the child's story and nothing else. He didn't know either. Someone buried this deeper than either of our fathers knew.
We won, but winning a war is just a slower way of counting what it cost. The pack was free, whole, united, and short 11 of the 440 I'd bled to save. I lifted a curse so they could know it anyway.
That's what it is to lead, Astrid. The names you save and the names you lose weigh the same. You carried tonight. That's more than my family did for 179 years.
11 names I'll carry for the rest of my life. That's not a burden. That's a reason to keep going.
Then we carry them together. The third condition. I said I'd release you when the curse lifted. It's lifted. The war's won. You're free to go, Astrid. Truly free this time. No hunters, no packs, no debt. So, will you go?
He opened the door himself. The man who'd bought me at a cage now stood back from a door that only locked from the inside and waited for me to choose. For real, this time.
I won't pull the bond. I won't name the pack's need. I won't remind you what your blood means to 440 people. None of that. Just you, Astrid. If you want Manhattan, the car's warm and the road's clear, I'll lead from a distance like I promised. And I'll spend the rest of a life I didn't think I'd have being grateful you gave it to me.
My grandmother left me one thing. Not the pendant. The choice. She spent her whole life making sure that when this moment came, no one could take it from me. Not a curse. Not a pack. Not even you.
Astrid.
Don't make this a victory. I'm not staying because you need my blood or the bond pulls or the pack needs a witch. I'm staying because for the first time in my life, I get to want something just because I want it. And what I want, God help me, is you.
179 years my family waited to be free of a curse. I'd trade every day of it for the one where you walked back through that gate.
The feud ends, not with blood. With a choice. My choice. And I choose to stay.
You spent 6 weeks proving you could walk away. Why come back?
Because walking away was the proof. The curse needed my blood freely given. Turns out a heart works the same way. I couldn't give you this until I was sure I could keep it. Now I'm sure.
I'd trade every day of it for the one where you walked back through that gate.
Then stop trading. We're both done paying for 1847. Whatever's buried in Vermont can wait until morning. The feud ends tonight. Not with blood. With a choice. My choice.
And mine. To spend the rest of my life being worthy of it.
My grandmother watched this pack for 32 years and asked me to end a war with a choice instead of a curse. I just did. But the pendant pulsed one more time that night, and a Stormbringer heirloom never pulses for nothing. She had written me a letter for the prison. She had also, I now found, written me one for the after, for the day I'd finally chosen.
Astrid, if you are reading this second page, then you've made a choice, and you've made it freely, and the feud is over. I watched Cade Wolfson for 32 years, not to judge him, but to be sure that when I send you toward him, I was sending you toward a man who would let you choose. I could not give you a normal life. The pendant, the secret, the curse, they were always going to find you. So I gave you the only thing I could, the certainty that whatever you chose, it would be yours. Be powerful, be careful, and be loved, grandmother. When you are ready, ask Cad about the room beneath the library. It's why I left you, the pendant. It's why they cursed his family. It was never about a child, Astrid. It was about what the Wolfsons have been guarding since 1847.
There's a room beneath this library, isn't there?
There's a door. My father showed it to me once. He said a Wolfston Alpha only opens it for the witch who ends the feud, or never. I've waited my whole life not knowing if I'd ever have the right. I've never opened it. I don't know what's inside.
Then let's find out together. Damien had laughed about Vermont. Krieger's wolves had died rather than let us stand together. And here, under a library he'd built for me, was the reason.
My father showed me this door once. He told me a Wolfston Alpha only opens it for the witch who ends the feud, or never.
This isn't Wolfsoncraft. These runes are Stormbringer. Cade, your family didn't curse mine and take our power. In 1847, our two bloodlines were guarding this together.
Until something, or someone, turned them against each other.
That's impossible. That name's been dead for 200 years.
Then someone's been using a dead man's name for 2 centuries. Damien answered to Vermont. Vermont answers to this. The feud was never the war, Cade. It was the distraction. And we just walked into the real one. 1847 wasn't a murder, Cade. It was a cover-up. Someone framed your family and mine against each other to get to whatever's in this room.
Someone's been pulling strings for 2 centuries. Damien was a pop. Krieger was a pop. We're fighting the pods while the king sits in Vermont.
This isn't the end. It's the beginning.
Then we find the king.
6 weeks ago, I woke in an iron cage as Lot 14. This morning, I woke as the most powerful sorceress the Wolfson pack has seen in 1,000 years. And, for the first time in my life, exactly where I chose to be.
You stayed. Mommy said you might go back to the city.
I'm staying. I'm home.
The curse is lifted. The feud is over. The pack is free and whole and mine. Not because anyone bought me, or bound me, or bled me, because I stayed. Freely. The one thing no one could ever take from a Stormbreaker.
What happens next?
We find out who's been pulling the strings for 200 years. We find Vermont. We finish what my grandmother started. They put me in a cage and called me Lot 14. They thought a price tag made me theirs. But a Stormbringer is never bought. A Stormbringer chooses. And I choose to come back. Every single time.
Two bloodlines that tried to erase each other. One ring. Not as cure, not as anyone's pet.
I choose it.
The wolf who finally learned to ask.
The name on the stone was dead for 200 years, but the dead don't build underground chambers. The dead don't pull strings across centuries. Someone in Vermont had been wearing a ghost's name like a mask.
I had my spy mask trace the name. No living records, no property deeds, no tax files. It's a legal ghost.
Then someone's been paying taxes under a dead man's name for 2 centuries. That kind of paperwork leaves footprints. Check the Bureau's supernatural asset filings. Whoever's been hiding that long has to own something that breathes.
You were right. The Bureau's asset registry. One holding company, Incorporate 1848, sole director listed under that name, and it owns 3 properties. One of them is a manor house in Vermont, still occupied.
The Wolfsons were never your enemies, Astrid. They were your family's partners in a secret too dangerous to speak aloud. I spent 32 years making sure you'd be ready when you found it. You are ready. Now go finish what we started. I read her letter again. The last page. She knew about Vermont. She knew the name on the stone. She's been waiting 32 years for me to walk into that manor house.
Then we walk together.
If we don't come back...
We come back. Together. That's the rule now.
The woman who'd been caged. The witch who'd lifted a curse. The sorceress who'd won a war. None of it was the end. It was just the beginning. And the beginning was in Vermont. The manor had no lights, no smoke from the chimneys, but the grass was cut, the gate was oiled. Someone had been expecting us for a very long time.
The gate's open, but nobody opens a gate like that unless they want you to walk through it.
It's Stormbreaster craft, the same as the pendant, the same as the room under your library. This gate was made by my ancestors, and it's been waiting for me.
Frost roses. My grandmother had a painting of these in her apartment. I never knew what they were. She called them the garden that remembers.
Astrid Vale. I've been waiting for you since before you were born. My name is Alara. I was your grandmother's sister.
My grandmother didn't have a sister. She was an only child.
That's what she told the world. I was the one who stayed behind to guard this house while she went out to raise you. Need a choice, Astrid. One of us would protect Witch's history.
You have her eyes and her stubbornness. I watched you from this house for 29 years. Every time you fell, every time you got back up. When she sent you the pendant, I knew it was time. You're ready.
Cade Wolfson. Your father never knew what he was guarding. Your grandfather didn't either. The curse was designed to make sure no Wolfson Alpha ever found out. But you did. So now you get to see what your families died to protect. Follow me. The passage went deeper than any basement should. The stones were older than the manor above, older than the feud, older than anything I'd seen since the Grimmelad's first pages. Only a Stormbringer's blood can open this door. But not just any Stormbringer. Only the one who chose the wolves over the war. You earned this in ways you don't even know yet.
This is a seat. Someone ruled sits here.
Not ruled, guarded. For 600 years, a Stormbringer sat in this chair and watched the borders between worlds. Two Wolfsons with one gun until someone decided they wanted what was hidden here and turned your families against each other to get it.
The door opens only for the Stormbringer who has ended the feud. You have done what I could not. Sit, child, and hear what your blood has been singing to you your whole life.
The first Stormbringer.
I built this chamber in 1423. I bond the Wolfsons to my bloodline, not as servants, as brothers. But someone wanted their name. I never learned it, but I can tell you where to find it. The name is carved on the throne beneath you. Turn it, turn it.
There are names, dozens of them, rulers, warlords, and at the bottom she finds the scratch. Someone scratched this name out with a claw.
That's impossible. That bloodline was extinguished in 1602. Every last one of them.
Extinct doesn't mean dead, it means hidden. Someone's been wearing a dead bloodline's name for 400 years, and they've been pulling every string we've been fighting against.
Then we find the last one, and we end this. If the name was scratched out, someone wanted it erased. But Stormbrazer Craft remembers everything that touches it. She presses harder. S. C. 1602, the year they were supposedly extinguished. The Wolfson Chronicles say the bloodline died out in a fire. But the Stormbreaker records said something else. Sebastian Crane, last known survivor, escaped the purge, disappeared into the Americas. Crane, Damien's family name.
Damien's family. He wasn't just a rogue beta. He was born into a bloodline that's been trying to tear the Wolfsons and Stormbreakers apart for 4 centuries. He was bred for this.
Damien was a pot. So was Krigler. But the Cranes have been the hand moving the pieces since 1602. Sebastian's line didn't die out, it infiltrated. They've been inside every pack, every alliance for 400 years. The Cranes didn't stop with Damien. They've been placing themselves in major pack for 400 years. The Wolfsons weren't the only target. They've been positioning themselves to take control of every supernatural power in North America. Damien wasn't the last.
Then we don't wait, we don't defend. We find every Crane in every pack, every council, every seat of power, and we tell them the feud is over, but their war has just begun. She turns to Cade. Your pack knows how to fight. My blood knows how to find. Together, we end this bloodline the way it should have ended in 1602.
The Cranes had been waiting 400 years, but the reckoning didn't start when we walked through the gate and chose to protect something greater than herself.
This was your grandmother's. She left it here for the day you would come and claim the seat you were born to. She never sat in it herself. She chose to raise you instead. This is her gift to you, her choice to trust the future over the past.
2 bloodlines, 1 mission. The Cranes tore us apart once. They'll never do it again.
She wrote this the week you were born. She said, when she's ready, give her this. Not before. She'll know when it's time.
My dearest Astrid, if you are reading this, you have done what no one else could. You have chosen love over revenge, life over death, tomorrow over yesterday. I am prouder of you than I can ever say. Now finish what we started, and know that I am with you, in every frost, in every flame, in every choice you make freely, forever. Grandmother.
The curse had ended. The war had been won. But the story wasn't over. It had only just become ours.